Hey guys, it's Julia, and today I'm going to be doing a book review on Serpent and Dove. So if you guys do not know, Serpent and Dove is a story about a witch and a witch hunter. They get thrown together into this marriage, and they kind of have to learn to live with each other at the same time of Lou, the witch, trying to not give away the fact that she's a witch because she doesn't want to die, while also on the run by a fellow witch who is after her, but you don't really know why until the middle of the book, and I don't really want to give that away, but it is a really exciting, very fast-paced fantasy romance story that I just absolutely adored. So initially, I did give this book a 5 out of 5 star rating based on how I felt while reading the book. It was very I just felt good reading it the whole time. I felt like it was going pretty fast. It was really fast paced and it wasn't boring. I wasn't feeling like I was stuck and didn't want to pick up the book at any point in time. Seriously, from the beginning of the book to the end of the book, I was interested the whole time and really had some good feelings and some tingly, warm feelings while reading this book. So immediately I gave it a 5 out of 5 without really thinking about it. Now, after I finished this book, I did go and watch some other reviews, and I came across this review that I will link down below where the girl in the video talks about the problematic things in this book. There is some fat shaming, which I really never really heard that term before, but now that I think about it, it definitely is a thing. And the way that the character was described in this was oh my gosh, that definitely was kind of like fat shaming because of the way that she describes this character who is heavy set. And I found it I was just whoa, that's crazy that is something that we have to look for in books, but it is a problem and it needs to be addressed. So that was one thing. Also, I do have to say, I did really enjoy the romance in this story, but at the same time, there were some elements to the romance that were not realistic in the fact that one minute they really don't like each other, and then it just seems like a switch is flipped and they really like each other. I mean, it's insta-love, but not quite insta-love, because there was a little bit more of a transition than the I hate you, I love you. But it really was fast, and it probably was a little too fast. But other than that, I thought that the romance was really awesome, and I definitely felt the warm tinglies from that part of the story. The other thing that I wanted to talk about was that I was pointed out to me by this other video was there are some, all of the characters that are of color don't have very big talking parts. The best friend is described as having dark skin, but it's not in a way that is appropriate, I guess. It's not a big enough part of the story. Literally, I had no idea that the best friend in the story was African American until I watched this video and was told that the second main character is of color. That is a problem. There needs to be more description telling us that she is an African American character versus a white character. If you're gonna make the character colored, there needs to be more things about her that describe her as colored rather than making her basically whitewashed, if that makes sense. I mean, I think whitewashed is more of a term for whenever a black character is made white. So yeah, whitewash, that's the right word. This character was basically told that she had dark skin, but she was basically a white character, if that makes sense. There are differences between the races that should be pointed out so that they are made more unique. You know what I'm saying? Overall, for the most part though, I felt like the story flowed well, the romance was great, the characters were great. I enjoyed the ending. I definitely want to pick up the next book, but I think that there are some things that need to be tweaked whenever the second book comes out. When it comes to the way characters are described, there needs to be more diversity in the characters, for sure. There definitely needs to be some more aspects to the characters that make them who they are. But overall, I really enjoyed the story. I did bring my rating down from a 5-star to a 4-star because of those issues that were pointed out to me, which I don't normally do. I don't normally change ratings, but I think that I need to be starting to do more of that. And I think that there's such a thing as a blind reader, a reader that doesn't really pay enough attention to the details in a story that could be problematic. And that is something that we need to be watching out for readers, because books influence people. Whether we realize it or not, books are influencing people, and we need to be paying attention to what we are reading. We may really enjoy something firsthand and not really look at the things that are making the story, and that is a problem because we need to be paying attention to those things. There are children that, I mean, these are YA books, so there are kids, you know, young adults that are being formed into adults who are reading this stuff, and it does help form them as people. And so we need to be paying attention to the way that we write. And as somebody who is writing their own book, I think that it is hard to pay attention to every single element, but at the same time, that is our job as an author, is to make sure that you are paying attention to all those aspects, because that is what's going to separate you from a mediocre author and a really good author, is somebody who does pay attention to those things, which I definitely just got on a rant, but I think it's an important rant. We as readers need to pay attention to what we are reading, and we also need to pay attention as authors to what we are writing, because it does change how people think and how people feel. Anyway, that is really it for this review. Like I said, overall, I enjoyed the book. I do think there are some small problems that need to be addressed, but other than that, I did really like the book. I would recommend reading it and just maybe, you know, paying attention to those aspects of the story, and just, you know, be aware that those things are in this story, and you know, bring those to light to some other people as well. And you know, we as a group of readers need to be pointing out the things that are not okay to be doing in books. But that is really it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you guys liked this video, please like and subscribe so that I can keep making more videos. And if you've read this book, please comment down below letting me know if you liked it, what you didn't like, if you noticed some of these problematic things in this book. And I'll see you guys next time. Thank you so much for watching. Bye, guys.